Hi, everybody. Asking for forgiveness shouldn't be forced. Because when you ask somebody that you have offended, treated badly for forgiveness, that means that you've come to a remorseful post. You've come to the realization that you offended somebody. But I noticed that in marriages, people force the husband or the wife to apologize, and then you walk away. You're not the one to live with them in that relationship. No wonder we hear Lagbaja Patamedu. It will always be like that. Because if I don't feel remorse, I will not have the right attitude, the humility, the tolerance, and the patience to forbear the healing that my partner is going through his tantrums and the things that normally would not have been, was never the character to begin with. When we offend people, we need to give them room to heal. But in you that think that you love marriage more than God does, keep forcing people to be together when they don't have the desire to. I got a call today from somebody that knows that she's never been the first choice of her husband. But when they were dating, he said he loved her, he professed everything and all that. Only for her to get pregnant. And the man agreed to marry her. But she knew his heart was somewhere else. How many of your marriages are like that? You're married to one person, but you won't let go of that ex. You're married to that person, but it's only on paper. You still wish you could have the ex that you left. You will live to regret that feeling in 50 years. Yes, you spend your money, you send her abroad, you try to pacify our feelings. Why don't you concentrate on the one that you said I do to? We can't all have what we want. There are times when we settle for things that come our way, that responsibility, obligations and stuff, and you will grow to love them just as much as you think you love that person, whom you are not even sure would have stayed with you through your lifetime. I am for marriage, and I believe that we can make it work. You think you love that person, but you married one person. What made you marry this innocent person that you're throwing into your chaos? So you maltreat them, you badmouth them. A lot of the marriages that are broken up today is because the offender, the abuser, the cheat didn't learn to say, I am sorry the right way. Yes, when people are there, you tell your wife you're sorry, especially for the men. You apologize, but as soon as your fathers, both of you leave, and the neighbors leave, what do you say? What have I done that nobody else has done? It has happened to me. I know the way you men roll with your egos. Because you haven't let go of that person. Because you want to put your wife succumb, put them under. You are the man. You are the motherfucking lonely man, the stupid man that's going to regret it in years to come. Why don't you humble yourself? Why don't you swallow your pride? The friends that you are showing off for, you will see no more. They don't pay your bills. They don't have stability for you. You are in competition with them. Why are you going to keep listening to those idiots when you could actually just embrace your wife and have a good life? I'm just saying. There are ways to apologize when we go wrong. In relationships, no matter what they are, marriages, friendship, half-hearted apologies still means that the person is planning to punish you twice as hard as they did that you were complaining. When somebody is truly sorry, they bear your anger for the meantime because they understand that you're not normally like that. In my case, I used to hear, but your pastor too wasn't too righteous. Was it my pastor that I got married to? Was it the one cheating, bringing me venereal diseases and fucking up on me? Or was it you? There are lots of things that society indulges us in, that our friends and our parents tell us it is all right, but we, in the relationship, we with this person know them, see them. But one thing I want to remind you is that girl, yes, that poor man, yes, those people that you abusers think that you are Lord over will get strength. I am so strong right now and so wise that all the people that I've dealt with in the past that ever mistreated me will not dare hold a candlelight to my face. Because I will speak my bank, my phone, I am not afraid anymore. I have had an abundance and I have lacked. I'm just saying, if you're in a relationship with what Nigerians call omoko bush girl, omakushe tiolowo, you see that behavior of you thinking you're dealing with a lesser human being than you, that you have abused with your godlike personality. That girl is going to be me one day. And your life will be so freaking messed up that your friends will not be able to help you. And your fake families will not be able to console you. You say you trust God, but you don't. Most of you don't. You find yourself with people you're not supposed to be with, things you're not supposed, things that you think especially are underneath and beneath you. It's because that's a test of your faith. God is trying to see how you will work it out. Now, will that person end up having a fantastic life? I don't know. But you would have been the cause of the misery and the brokenheartedness and the displacement of affections, love, prosperity in the life of another person. I am just saying, there's a right way to apologize and a wrong way to apologize. And apology also holds the fact that I'm never going to go back there. I have repentance of heart. Don't judge people for the weaknesses that you met them in. Every one of us, God is not a respecter of persons. Every one of us can be strong. Like Zina can be wise. Like Methuselah. We just need to find that real key. And sometimes that power comes from a narcissist. From your stepmother, your wicked stepfather. Those that have condemned you and thrown you away for dead. Therein, in your sufferings and the dejection, you will learn to find your strength, which you will not apologize for ever. Be careful how you treat people. Be careful what you wish for others. Your father's money, your money, or lack thereof, doesn't give you the right to go down another life. Nobody is collateral to anybody. God created us, male and female, created us individually. Know that. Let me remind you one more time. Nobody was created as collateral to anybody. Not by wealth, not by language, not by foolishness or wisdom. There's some that have signed to be slaves their lives because they're too timid to take that leap of faith. But even as you rule over others in all your powers, your wealth, your influences, and your money, you still must always apply kindness. Kindness, because those people that refuse to be as strong as you are already paying the price for their depravity, for their weakness, for their timidity. It's not your place to punish anybody for how they have chosen to be in life. I'm just surprised that there are not enough mothers. That means that God is operating in all of us more than we think He is, even when we're not aware that is the restraint that keeps us from beheading one another for the crazy ways that we have been to others. So if you haven't thanked God today for being alive, I want you to. Great is thy faithfulness. Great is thy faithfulness. Oh Lord my God, He is a faithful God. Can you imagine if we were all to unleash? Look at what is going on in Mexico. They killed a drug cartel, a drug lord, and the whole city went bonkers. Went to the airport, went to the hospitals, killing people on the street. When we still are able to understand restraint and apply it, it's because God has a plan for that nation. Nigeria is blessed, not cursed. We all can rise up and spoil everything, but we'll go suffer around. Now you and me. Because in times of wars, remember, those your pretty daughters, they will get raped. Those will get broken down. There will be no accountability. Total chaos. So if we can resolve issues without wars and battles and fights, it's always a great thing. People whom God has not shown what revolution looks like keep asking, urging for revolution. But revolution doesn't recognize anybody. That is why those of us who know life, appreciate life, have lost and know how it hurts and pains, keep asking that our hearts soften, that the heart of a government, if to say now you sleep now, sleep bo, if for better. No, it's deliberate indifference. Because Crescento Femu, no accountability. So I beg you once more, please, treat people right. If you are occupying a political position that is swallowing your wisdom and too much for you to handle, you don't know where to begin the solution from, you are free to resign. You don't have to stay to continue to hold that position. It could be presidency, senatorial, chairmanship. If you take a bite of the apple and it's not as sweet as you thought, you can step back and step down. It's not a do or die. I'm begging you. If you entered into a marriage, rather than kill, plot to kill, it's better to just walk away. There is no harm in saying, I thought, nobody has the solution. There is no shame in your game. And I say, hi, Suri. There's no shame in saying, I thought it was going to work out, but it's not. Run. 60-60. People can laugh at you, it's okay. But it's better than that for you to be a murderer, a killer, a thief. How many of you are married right now? You're just waiting for the man to die. You're wishing he go into illness and sicknesses because it makes your life miserable. You don't have to stay there and become a murderer, even emotional murderer and torturer. Partnership is about understanding. It's about us bridging the gap and building something that brings us together. I don't know who I'm talking to tonight. I'm not here for everybody. I don't give a fuck if it's one person watching me or a million. I'm still going to say what I feel. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. There is a way to apologize. You man that have gone off and cheated because your forefathers cheated. And you can't control your private parts. There's a way to apologize. You can stop your wife from working. It still doesn't mean that she won't be able to talk when you cheat. A lot of men should be thanking God because you're living with people who can kill you slowly. And that goes for you bosses who have people that are serving you food. You maltreat them. You treat them like shit, talk to them like rags, and they still have access to your water, to your drink, to your food. Kindness. I lost a son, so I can testify to you that justice means shit. Doesn't add money to your bank account. Doesn't bring the person that has been stolen from you back. Justice. The original justice is for us to keep from doing evil. Yorubas will say, Oju apa o le dabi oju ara. It means that if I have a scar, it can never be like when there was no scar. Why do you guys like to heal rather than prevent? I'm just asking. I am telling you, traditions don't work these days. The interpretations of the pastors and imams are not working. You and I that have business together, that fell in love together, must walk our way and create an understanding. The loyalty begins with us, not from the outside. You cannot use the fear of your family, your father, your mother to hold me in a relationship. You cannot shame me to live with you. You'll be asking for your death sentence. I'm just saying. It's better to create an understanding. No wonder God said, in all that we get understanding. Understanding matters. Not power, not fame, not wealth, not position. Understanding of the people that you have to deal with in your inner circle. Understanding the way the world works. Understanding that all these people driving and living here. Understanding your positioning in life and how and what you truly mean to other people. If you have money, everybody's going to love you, of course. Understanding on how to treat your wife, your husband. That's your partner. I know they may not be your first choice, but that is the person you ended up with. Many marriages settled for somebody they didn't think they had to. Maybe because out of loyalty to their father, to their mother, sensibility for the kind of person the girl is. But every life must be celebrated. Every life deserves the best that you enjoy. There is no life that deserves to be treated like trash, miserable every day. No life. No one. Just because you can. Be careful. Yoga. I just wanted to remind us that there's a way to say I'm sorry. Yeah. You wonder why you've been trying to settle this couple and they are not still together? Because when you leave, the man will tell her, so who the hell do you think you are? He still thinks she's the same person. You hurt a little, and that woman gets stronger every day. Be careful. Society may say that you're a king, you're the man. But be careful. Because kings cry, kings die, kings lose their powers when they don't know where to tread. Please. Your girl, say that, now woman hold him. I hate when they say that, if the house settles, it's the woman. Who tells you? No man. There's no matter the amount of sex you give a man, the amount of respect you give him, the amount of money your family has that can hold a cheating man. A lot of these men are traumatized. They have terrible examples for fathers. They come from broken homes and broken threads and overfed egos. Some of them don't even think they're men anymore. They think they're gods. No. If you see a marriage, I learned that from Mrs. Hilda de Farasin. If you see a marriage that works, it's because the man allowed it. No woman can keep a man that doesn't want to be kept. But the problem is you have been brought up to think that you don't have to beg a woman. You have to. And I'm not saying prostrate. I'm saying in words, thought, and deeds. All those your girlfriends, you must let them go to honor this woman in your house as illiterate, unread, unkept as she is. You want a beauty queen? You have a project. Make one out of her. And let go of all your bitches by the side. You go. Elizabeth Adeloshti. Ire.